When I stream Tarkov, I get asked a wide variety of different questions from beginner players to more experienced players. But one question I get asked more than any other question is, how do I make so much damn money? Even when I'm dying all the time, I still manage to make money. So let's talk about how I do that and some of the best ways to make money after the changes to the loot. So for the sake of a good example, I'm actually going to be doing a scav run for you guys live of how about I run this map. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop into one of my favorite maps in the game for loot, and that is Woods. And I jump into a Woods scav run because it pops really quickly. And as well as the fact that a lot of the time you can get away with a lot of looting without getting killed by other player scavs or other players compared to a lot of other maps. Alright, so as I'm loading in, one of the first things that I'm going to do is I'm actually going to check my extracts, and then I'm going to plan my run. Now, I actually got a really lucky one here. I've got Scav House, or I could go to Old Station around that side and just do the loop out that way, which is probably what I'm going to do. So for this run, I've actually got a really god tier spawn. I'm actually going to be spawning here at Sunken Village. Now, this is one of the villages with the sunken church in the middle of the lake, and this thing is really awesome because this village here has so many different spawns that can actually make you an obscene amount of money. Alright, so I got really lucky here. I got an SJ6 as well as a Pilgrim backpack, so we got plenty of looting different potential here. We're going to be starting off with one of these houses on this side. We're going to be popping straight in. You can see where I am. I'm going to be popping straight in. I'll be checking for gold chains along the top here. This is one of the main money makers on Woods. You got sugar, gold chains that can spawn in there. Alrighty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to this side and then I'm going to double back. So, running to this side, the first thing that we're going to be doing is going into this little cut-off section and checking for some good ammos on the ground. Then we're going to look for the collapsed church. Once we're near the collapsed church, what we're going to do is we're going to go into this collapsed house right here and check the tent on the ground for any gold chains, anything on the ground. We've also got a duffel bag right here. And then we're going to run out towards this cabin behind the church. This cabin's pretty sick because inside this cabin is a bunch of rare spawns as well as a stash. We're going to pop into here, check this bush for any sort of gold chains on the ground, and then do the stash. After we've done this stash, what I'm going to do is we could do the one on our left, but what I'm actually going to do is jump towards this church. And then I'm going to be checking the boat, because the boat also has some rare spawns on the way in. I didn't get lucky this time. Run into the church, check around the base of it, and on this crate. You can find any rare item in the game, whether that's Bitcoin, bronze lion, rollers, gold chains, the whole deal. Alright, so then we're going to be running towards Mark Circle, which is just opposite the church. You can just follow it up here towards this fence. And then you're going to find this circle here, and you can check the ground for more gold chains. And then this house right here, just before the next house, has another bunch of spawns in it. On this pile here, in this bush right there, and as well as there. Then we're going to be running towards this boat. This boat can also spawn rare stuff as well. And then last but not least, this last house at the end here. Gonna come inside, check on the left. Back here. On the sleeping bag. Up on these boxes here. Nothing yet. So we got really unlucky this time. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be connecting all the loot spots between each area by connecting them with stashes. So these stashes are one of the best ways to make money while doing this run. And what I'll do is I'll run the stashes between each area that I want to go, and I'll plan where I want to go based off my extract. So I could do one of the stashes over this way and head up the hill and towards one of these stashes up here. And then once I'm up the second hill, we'll find the stash. I'm gonna grab one of these. So now we're going to head down the hill and towards the next stash here on the way towards the village. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be heading towards, this time, and we're heading towards the next village. And so what I'll do is I'll literally just keep looting along my way to each different area around where all the loot is. So I'm not 100% reliant on each loot area. So as you can see, I've done the stashes on my way towards the village. And one of the best things about the village is that it has a bunch of different food spawns and also rare spawns that can make you a lot of money. Now, this area is generally pretty hot. I do run into a lot of player scavs here, unfortunately. But this village is amazing, and I always make my way here on my scav runs if I can, and if it involves part of my run. One of the first things I'm going to do is walk into one of these major houses here. And this is the one with like the blue crate here at the front. And it looks like it's already been looted. When I'm going to come inside, I'm going to check all these tables along the back here for sugar and also condensed milk. And as you can see, I managed to still find one anyway. I'm going to head towards the back towards this storage area here. And this storage area is really good. Find things like vodka and sugar on this table as well. And it looks like someone's looted this, but they've missed some things like this FB100 filter. So while I'm looting this, I'm actually going to go across the road, and I'm going to go towards this side of the road. And this house over here actually has some really good stuff in it too. So when I'm crossing, the first thing I'm going to do is head towards the left here into this shed. Check this table for more sugar and condensed milk. And then I'm going to head inside the main house itself. Check for an AK here. And then check for more sugar on this table, which is once again a big money maker. And part of the reason that you can make a lot of money is the sugar and chocky and condensed milk. Check for a graphics card spawn, which is sometimes there. Got duffel bags. And then under this bed is a rare spawn. There's nothing here today. Now I'm going to pop upstairs and I'm going to check in here for money. Got a duffel bag you can search. I'm going to come down. Check the couch for sugar as well. Sometimes spawns there. You got some technical loot back here, like a toolbox. If you're keen on searching that. Sometimes you can find like gunpowder and stuff like that in toolboxes, which is pretty good. Not all the time, but if you're lucky. Now this house here, this one is the good one. This one is really nuts. This is where most of the loot is in this area. And then you're going to check on the right. You can see where this vodka spawns and there's apple juice. You can find condensed milk, chocky, sugar, all that's good stuff right there. Same on the table. You got money in these little gaps, money on the drawer, money in there, more sugar there, stuff like dry fuel. Look at that. Some good money there. We're going to head upstairs, and this is where it gets really juicy generally. Hopefully I get something here today for you guys. But you go prone and you check under this bed right here. This bed right here has given me 2 individual rare spawns, so you can get a roller and a bronze lion or something crazy under that bed. It has happened, and it does happen. You get money in this little drawer. And then if you come in here, you can check again by using a perception dot. And under the bed, you can also find more rare stuff, as well as a full-sized AK spawn right there, an AKM. So after we checked all that, we're going to head out the back. You got a trough here with heaps of ammo, sometimes good ammo like SNB, which sells for good money. You got one of these large green crates. And then we're going to head to the back here. You've got a toolbox. You've got more spawns like Plexi. Sometimes you can find better things. Early wipe. This is where you make a lot of money off corrugated hose. Not so much right now, but earlier in wipe, it is definitely a lot more money. All right, check this toilet for sugar. All right, so we're done in the village. So we're going to continue to follow the stashes towards the next.
Ingeniously designed. It may go beyond the limits.
Okay, we're going to check the plane for some rare spawns. You can get really lucky near the plane sometimes. You can find some sweet stuff. You can see, happen to find a condensed milk here. And check inside the cockpit as well. Unlucky this time.
This joint right here.
All right, so we made our way through all of the stashes. We're heading towards Old Station now. And what we're going to do is just pop an old station and get out. And that's pretty much the run. All right, so we're out of that scav run now, and let's have a quick look at what we got. And I want to point out that that was not exactly one of the best scav runs we've ever done. But like, just have a look at this bag. I mean, we have... Hopefully this helped you find some ways of making money, especially for you beginner players out there. I wanted to point out that woods can be really, really overwhelming to newer players, but this is a really, really good way to make money. There are no keys that are required, and there's plenty of different spawns across the map that you can loot and sort of avoid players at the same time. If you want to make the most of this scav run that I just showed you guys, you should check out my wood stash guide. I've got another video for that, and I would really appreciate you guys if you watch it. It will help you guys make a bit more money while you connect the different areas on the map and loot at the same time. Stashes are amazing and a really good way of making money. If you continue to do these runs, you can make some obscene amounts of cash, and these runs in general is how I actually pay off those armor testing videos and other ones, by just farming stashes, selling it, and then buying armors for your entertainment. I really appreciate you guys watching this video. If you enjoyed it, consider subscribing to the content. As always, I do stream on Twitch. The link for that will be featured down below as always, though, guys. I hope you had a great time in the video, and we'll see you on the next one.